Okay, so what we're going to work on right now is we're going to do double press. First, let's put these to the side. We'll get back to them in a minute. So when I say a double press, I'm going to face the camera. That means press and press. Press and press. So if Josh were coming at me overhead, I'm pressing. I have a V right here, and I go through that V and press. Let's do the other side, press and press. So I'm doing that on the outside. Now the same principle still will work from the inside. So if Josh comes, let's say his strike is a little bit wider, I will press and press. The other side, press and press. Whether or not I want to go to the inside or the outside is very often dependent upon where he is. I have my center line, where he is on that center line. If he is center line out, I'm going to deal with the inside. If he's center line in, I'm going to deal with the outside. So again, he comes in, let's do outside, press and press, just moving in. Now what I do from there is entirely up to me. Targets of opportunity can take in a lot of different directions. So if he comes in, press and press, I'm right here on the inside. I got backhand, palm, strike, knee, whatever I want. Again, target of opportunity. I also need to be mindful that, let's do that again. So press and press, I need to be mindful that he does have another arm and two legs. So I want to be in a position, so if he goes to do something, I can move across, strike here. If he goes to punch, go with the other hand, press and press. Do the exact same thing. So again, we could work this all day, all different things, but the most important thing that we're working on is that double press. Press and press. If I was doing it in the air, it would be one hand comes center. Easy way to think of it is I touch my elbow and come out to here. You can make it real graceful if you like. And you can be here. If you're familiar with your various forms of Kung Fu, it's a very common motion here. We're keeping it tighter. Press and exchange. Press and exchange, or press and press. Now, one other thing to think about when doing this is you always want to think head to toe. What I don't want to do is I don't want to be just standing there like this. He comes in, whichever. I'm here. I'm leaving myself open. I want to be head to toe. So when he comes in, press and press. Look where my feet are. I'll face the camera. See how I'm my toes are angled in, my hips are turned. I've got some things going on here. So even if I mess up, even if I completely blow it with my entire combination, at the very least, I have myself in a better position. And so let's say if I completely mess up, he comes in, and I'm here and I mess up and he comes down, whatever, I'm still in a better position. If he comes with his other hand to strike me in the head, I'm still in a better position than just kind of being here taking it. So every initial movement that you do in any combination, the first thing, however it is you're moving, whether you're blocking, striking, whatever it is, should always put you immediately into some variation of a fighting stance. And you want to get that ingrained in your system. Now, we're going to add a little bit to this now. So, Josh is going to be armed. Now, quick disclaimer, safety, this is a practice tool. There is no edge to it, so I'm not in any imminent danger. But it still has a certain amount of firmness and a certain amount of point on it. So therefore, it will have a certain amount of bite if I mess up. And Ash wanted to come over and say hello. All right. So go ahead, take that. Dallas, throw the ball. All right, so when Josh comes in, he's coming in, I'm pressing just like I did before. There's my V, I'm right directly in the center, and I'm moving in, staying to the outside. Now what's important about this exchange is that I'm pressing, and I want this to be a smooth exchange so that I have that constant pressure. Okay, that's why it's a press and exchange and not a hit and a hit. Okay, so again, he comes in, and Ash coming back to say hello. Come on in, here, right there. Okay, if we're working the inside, switch it to the other hand, and then we'll work the inside. So if I'm here, I'm pressing, there's my V, and I can come right there to the center. Now, full disclaimer with this combination, if he were coming in, go back to the other hand, and let's go to the, we're gonna work the inside. I would probably do a different combination if I was in this situation, full disclosure. Because I would probably prefer to deal with the bladed hand with my arm that's the closest, because I don't want to mess around, okay? But right now we're working on the application of the press and exchange, or press on inside and outside. So I'm sticking to that for consistency's sake. But strategically, I might take a slightly different approach, and we'll cover that another time. Now, we're going to take it one more step. Now, real quick, Josh, put your hand out with your blade, with your practice blade. Josh is holding it blade in kind of the dull edge into his forearm. If you ever seen Psycho, kind of that Psycho motion, what we're doing. So he's coming in like that because he's coming overhead. I'm going to deal with it for right now with my blade straight out, okay, my standard grip. My terminology, I tend to call this standard and this stealth. I know other people have different terminologies they use. My reasoning for that is I consider this my standard knife hold. I call this stealth because of the fact that when I hold my blade here, you're not able to see it, okay? Again, my terminology, if anyone has a better terminology that they prefer, please share in your comments. I always love a good exchange of information. So in any case, so I'm here standard. So I'm still gonna do that same press. So when he comes in, let's go outside. So I'm here, I did my press, immediately still coming up through that V here. Here's my blade coming through, okay? Slicing and right back on him, okay? So again, comes in, here, and in. Now Josh, on that particular one, actually came a little bit to the outside. I probably would have been better off dealing with it being on the inside because he came to the outside, but I wanted to, again, stay consistent. So please come in one more time, a little bit tighter. Here, boom, and in, okay? Now, let's turn this way. So we're gonna do it again, facing the other way. Again, I'm gonna go to the outside. Josh is gonna come in tight. I'm here, pressing, coming through the V, and cutting here. Locking that arm, I don't want him to be able to stab me. Rotating my blade right back on. And we're finished. Okay, let's go back to here. Switch to the other side. Now I'm going to stick with the blade in my right hand. If you notice, I've been sticking to doing everything with one side, whereas in other videos, you probably have seen me switch from right to left. For this purpose, for what I'm demonstrating now, I'm sticking to just my right hand because I want to demonstrate the versatility of this basic motion. So staying now to the inside, he comes in, I press, here's my V, I'm going to come up through the V and see where the blade is immediately. So then I can do my exchange here, right into him. Okay, so again, he comes in, press, here's my exchange right here, and I'm exchanging. Now, with this cut, I'm placing here, and I want to still keep a certain degree of control over the arm, because I don't want to get him and say, aha, I got you, and he then takes me out with some type of slashing motion, and then we have a glorious bleed out like at the end of some corny old school movie. So let's do that one more time. He comes in, press, and exchange here. Now, real quick, I want to address one more thing in this video, and of course there'll be a lot more to come in other videos, is we have a lot of distance going on here. For some reason, Josh keeps backing up on me. The reality is most of your attacks are going to be much tighter, okay? See where it's going to be more working in this range here, boom, okay? You don't have much time. Your average attacker is not going to give you that much, is not going to probably, in all probability, I don't like to speak in absolutes, probabilities, he's not going to whip out his blade with the kind of distance that gives me enough time to take out my phone and order a pizza and then deal with it, okay? It's going to be boom, 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 probably going to be dealing with much tighter. Sorry, I just got bit by a mosquito on my shoulder blade there. You're going to be dealing a lot closer, and they're most likely not going to telegraph their emotions, or at least you need to prepare for that. If they do telegraph, thank goodness, or thank God, really, I'm not even going to, ah man, it really got me good. All right, so again, he's going to be coming tight. I'm going to do what I have to do, okay? But all that starts from simply press and exchange. This, of course, has a lot more applications than just what I showed right there, but my intent for this particular video was not really to get too much in the particulars of the use of knives and so on, but I just wanted to show a simple motion and very quickly demonstrate multiple applications for a single combination. So you don't have to know 150 different things for 150 different scenarios. You're better off knowing a few things for 150 scenarios. Probably in the end going to work out better for you. So I guess the moral of the story is hone in on what's going to work for you and find as many different ways that you can apply it. Thank you. God bless. We'll see you next time.